back on Trent Hero, quoted as 11-1 to win this one this weekend. Amazing record over the years, and he got a great ovation as well, and listen to them cheering for him. That applause and that singing of "There's Only One Phil Taylor," that's kind of addictive, difficult to walk away from. Michael Smith, 26 years old, world rank number 11, as you see. The St Helens man. There's a few good darters come out of that particular town. Former world youth champion. But in career record, Taylor has the advantage, and in TV matches, Taylor leads 5-1.
Yeah, very significant, but he has that kind of record over most of the lads, to be honest. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for him to walk away, as you know, with your experience with boxing. They do get addicted to that adrenaline and that buzz, and it's just hard to no longer have that in your system.
Well, I think any sportsman in a gladiatorial sport, and I do in its way very much include darts in that kind of mindset. I think it is the adulation of the crowd which cannot be replaced, can never be replaced. And just listen to them singing for him now. Only one Phil Taylor.
Well, especially with the modern crowds, you know, the Premier League's up to 10,000 plus, so it's quite a thing to experience.
But what he has found difficult to palate, I think, over the last year or two, is the fact that he no longer steamrollers everybody in the way that he once did. To a small extent, maybe his game's gone back, but more than that, I think it's that others have moved forward. Where once upon a time he was head and shoulders above the rest, now you've got so many who are vying to be with him, particularly, of course, MVG.
Yeah, that's correct, and do have the ability to punish his mistakes, where normally when you played him, if he did make a mistake, you were sort of left on. Well, Shane Burgess said that thing. Yeah, he gives you chances, Taylor. 160, 161, 164, 167, 170, etc. It's just, he used to. Well, his power scoring was incredible. If it won 180s, it was 177s. But interesting, that dart. It's very like an older version of his dart. So I was watching him.
Yet another new set. He is one of the great tinkerers, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's part of the modern game now. I think if you can change small things to make small improvements, they all add up to one big push.
See if he can put this out. That's a great first dart. Treble 19 for double eight. He's got it. Double eight for 133. What a start! What a start! A 133 checkout, and that is why he gets the adulation. Game on. Chizzy got a great start in his match, and kind of all went wrong for him, didn't it, ultimately? 60. But what a great start for Phil.
Well, that match as well, the Barneveld-Chizzy match, had 2 180s in the first leg and 6 180s in the first 5, so follow that. I was watching him prepare in the practice area for probably 10 minutes, and he looked very comfortable and was scoring heavily.
Phil, you're talking about here.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable.
Well, you can understand anybody, I guess, when he has got a few quid in the bank, despite one or two little problems over the years. But he's pretty well sorted, and you get into your 50s and you think, yeah, there are one or two things which I still want to see, which I still want to do, and you can understand that mindset.
Yeah, although we did tend to travel all over the world. You were sort of flying in, hotels, play darts, fly out. You never really got to see any of it.
Not the same, is it?
No.
Not the same. There they go, singing again. That's the Taylor anthem.
I've been all over America, and I've been to New York. Well, I've seen Grand Central Station and walked past Madison Square Garden, and that was it.
It's the way of the world. People say, haven't you got a fantastic job? And yeah, it is a fantastic job, but you don't always see quite what people think you see.
No,
Taylor was on a finish there. Couldn't take it this time, so can Smith now find a 161?
Not now. He needs to pressure the 91 to try and force an error out of Taylor. We should see him go for the ball, because treble 17 needs tops, but Should be ball, because 25 leaves 66, so 16 the ball. That's not a bad marker. You have a clean sight in at that. There we go.
My goodness, what a piece of finishing. 2 terrific checkouts. And he's enjoying himself at that.
He's almost like he's in exhibition mode.
What did he check out there? What was that one?
91.
Just a snapshot of what we do here. We do sort of jot it down as we're going along, making a record of what those checkouts are. It's not a bad start, is it? It's a 133 followed by 91.
Yes, averaging early doors, but best part of 104 to Michael Smith's 90.
I wonder if he'll stay up all night tomorrow and watch Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz. I know he likes his boxing.
Yeah, he's a big boxing fan. Nice to see him at a fair few fights back in the day.
Mr. Eubank as well, of course, on ITV tomorrow. Junior. I beg pardon, next Saturday. Where am I at? I'm sorry about that.
You've lost a week, John. Have you been on that whiskey diet?
I wish. That'd explain why there's been nothing in the papers yet.
100 to 126.
Ball. No need to go for it. Smith on no finish. So, although he's put in a few showman-type finishes, he's still aware that this is a serious game.
Well, this is an important one now. Smith has put pressure on here. It's a nice marker. Double 16.
No score.
My word, he's missed one.
That's something that he never used to do, and that is now the only sort of major flaw in his game, that he does miss a few doubles.
Shake of the head.
Yes.
You can't believe it.
No. In fairness, they were all well thrown, and probably on another day all three would have gone in. But yeah, that's just something that niggles at him now, that he can't seem to shrug it off. Because his score, I mean, the averages he's throwing are still pretty phenomenal.
Most recent time they played was in the final of the Austrian Open last year, and Phil won on that occasion by 6-4. The last time Smith beat Taylor was in a Pro Tour event in Barnsley in May 2015. Smith beat Taylor
in the World Championships.
Last 32, wasn't he, of the Worlds in 2014?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
100.
That was the start of Smith's big push into the elite ranking.
See, I know what happened in 2014, even if I don't know what's happening this weekend.
Yeah. Better leg here from Smith. 9 darts thrown. 159. Unfortunately, can't be finished with 3, but
100.
he's effectively have 6 at it if needed. So this is just trying to set it up.
Yeah, just to square it up, isn't it? You could do with the trouble.
59.
Not ideal, but
minimum from Taylor here has to be a 140 to pressure that Smith ton finish. A 180 would really get him at it.
Bit unlucky.
He's 17.
130.
That's the Taylor of old, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't risk going for the 19s because it would have. If he wouldn't have hit the treble.
Tops.
All irrelevant.
Game on now. Crowd enjoying it.
Game on.
Both smidge under 97 after 4 legs played in the averages. Only the 180 so far, and that's to Smith.
Taylor never a huge 180 hitter, is he? Because he employs so many cover shots.
Yeah, and his darts are probably, if not the thickest, very close. So he doesn't often, if he doesn't hit the bottom of that treble with his first dart, he will run for cover. See, that's awkward now. He has to go. The only place you can see is to the left.
Old style fat barrels, aren't
yes.
they?
Very much like a John Lowe dart.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, if anybody, you know, I'm sad enough to do this sort of thing, gets on YouTube and watches Lowe getting that 9-darter with darts like that, you can't believe the size of the darts.
And the trebles were a lot smaller back in the day. But yeah, they're very similar to the low shape, but they're just longer. There we go. The low dart would probably be about maybe 10 to 15 mil shorter.
Taylor's throw under pressure here.
Really
Big
is
time.
now.
140.
So to go into the break with an unlikely looking 3-2 lead.
Didn't look likely the way it started with
85.
Taylor with those two finishes, did it? But 41. 2 darts.
Possible 11 dart leg.
Tops. And it is an 11 dart leg. Different sort of complexion on it now, isn't it? It's not just the Phil Taylor glory show. The crowd are going to have to raise their hero because Michael Smith, the outsider in this match, leads at the first break. 3-2, good match. Welcome back. It's the first to 10 and Phil Taylor's trailing 3-2. Smith with the darts when the match resumes, so he has the break, and it's an intriguingly poised match. This, the bet against the odds would have been for Smith. Is he going to pull it off?
Well, after that start of the 1-3-3, the 91 finish, it all looked like, you know, Taylor's not far off his best, averaging in excess of 100, and then from nowhere, Smith started to produce what we know he's capable of.
Had a bad run at one stage last year in televised tournaments, but came good a little bit at the Worlds. He beat Ricky Evans and then had that good win against Mervyn King before going down to James Wade, but that showed a little bit more form. And in some people's eyes, Michael Smith just a little bit of an underachiever after the brilliant potential that he showed early when he was very young.
Yeah, it's so hard because he's still very young.
I know, big. He's only 26
if he was in his 30s and still sort of titleless, as in terms of major titles, and obviously he's won the youth, but as a senior player, then yeah, you would start to think with his undoubted ability. But he's one of these modern streak players. You know, they just go through, like we've just seen, you know, he finished that session off with an 11 dart leg. And once he gets into that mode, he's so hard to beat. But as it is with them type of players, they'll also have spells that they go off the boil.
Well, he's smashing it in this particular leg, and he's got a 164 when he comes back.
Slight miscount there from Taylor.
He's not going to finish. Doesn't have to check out. Time on his side. 6 darts from 164, and he'd certainly fancy that.
Yeah, 72 left now. When he returns, how much pressure is he going to be under? That's unlucky. Well, plenty of pressure, both on 72. So to hold.
Tops for 4-2.
Finishing's been superb.
Quality, 4 out of 5.
80%. That's fantastic. And he was under pressure there. No mistake about that.
Need a bit of the old power magic.
Well, this is 4 on the spin now for Smith. Phil will be conscious of that, and you want to stop the rot.
It's very similar to the first match, isn't it?
Yep.
Because Chizzy won the first 2, and then Barney put, what was it, 6 or 7 on 7, was it, on the spin?
7 before reply from Chisnall.
140.
And he effectively won that match after that first session. It was 10-3 after being trailing 2-0 down. It was quite the performance. Looks very smooth.
I like it. It's an important leg, this. He needs to stop the rots, and that is a good step in the direction needed.
Oh, it'll be a double break as well if Smith can nick this one, but Taylor in complete control. 68 in front plus these. Definitely going to be on the finish now.
He would have loved 140 there to leave himself on 96, but not a bad consolation.
Oh, but a 180 really. It's 6 darts from, well, definitely now, so 6 darts from 136, so just a steady ton or a 96 he'd take. He may switch 19s. No, risked it.
96.
Well, that's handy, nice as you like, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
Won this back in 2013, did Phil Taylor. Beat Adi Lewis in the final. Up in Scotland, that one. Beat him 10-1. Adi wasn't well that day, was he?
Wasn't.
Double 10. The dart. Well, he needed to stop the rots, hold his throw, and he has done, but it's still advantage Smith.
Yeah, Michael van Gerwen is the back-to-back defending champion.
140.
Going for his three-peat.
There was a table of Premier League managers there. Did you notice him? I saw Jose Mourinho, saw a bit of Ranieri, and Sam Allardyce, I think, was in there. He can lob a dart or two. The Chelsea gaffer was there.
When we used to have the UK Open up at Bolton, we've seen Big Sam a few times up there when he was manager.
There they are. Look, oh, there's Arsene there as well. Can't imagine he's a big darter. More of a boxer, isn't he?
Switching, not a lot of room there, as you can see.
Fabulous. Great darts.
Fabulous match. 102.74 Taylor, 103 and change. 104, well, 103 now. Smith changing it all the time.
And good counting from Smith, left himself on the finish.
He might have to take it.
Oh, look at this. Brilliant.
Beautiful. 177 followed by a 180.
Well, you say he might have to take it. He did have to take it, and he won't. So Taylor comes back with 44 now for the break back.
Yeah.
And the Taylor of old, it'd be wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely, and a possible 11 dart leg. 12 will do. And there's that huge old problem that he's now facing with far too much regularity, missing vital darts at doubles.
10-10 then for Smith for 5-3.
Still do it. Double 15.
80.
Good effort.
Will that moment be one we look back on in about 20 minutes' time, John?
Double 16. Well, quite possibly.
Back on serve.
He was so quick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Was he too quick?
Yeah, I think so. There's a bit of nerves. He realises that Smith's more than capable of punishing any mistake.
So 4-4. Good game. Good game.
47.
And that's not a great start. Get the break, and then you want to cement the advantage that you've got, and not able to do so. And that's another, by his standards, loose visit from Smith.
And like I always say, it's not a break if you don't hold.
There's the averages.
Very impressive.
Power to add. There you are.
Up they go. Pretty much averaging around 15 darts a leg.
And that's his third maximum. And he's had a few in the 170s as well.
Yeah. 3-2 in the 180 stats in favour of Taylor. Smith practiced with Gary Anderson, and he was absolutely rattling the 180.
Gary was his mentor, wasn't he? He sort of looked after and guided him, used his experience.
83.
Gary in action later on. He's got his work cut out tonight against Benito van der Pas.
Yeah, potential banana skin, but he looked very comfortable in practice up there, so... And considering he's had 2 weeks off, where he's not thrown a dart, he was actually telling me he was trying to find his darts.
Somebody was making a
57.
a fuss of his little kid at breakfast this morning, and he was almost touting for a babysitter. Taylor there, getting the double and taking the lead.
Michael to throw first. Game on.
More roundabouts, this one, than Milton Keynes itself. I can assure you there's a few here.
95.
Not the easiest city to find your way around, is it?
You get giddy. It's a beautiful venue, this, though, and a lovely stadium. Looked down earlier and had a look on the pitch and tweeted out a few pictures.
Not quite full here tonight. Will be when you get through the weekend, though, I'm sure. Always have a pretty good atmosphere.
How do you explain that look to the cab driver that picks you up? You're going where?
Something along the lines of this isn't quite what it seems.
Trouble there, really. Still the advantage of throw, but 180 from Taylor. Put all the pressure on the world on the Smith's shoulders, especially at this key moment before our second break.
100.
Well, it's the ton, so it's still advantage Smith.
Keeping him honest.
George Noble calling out the scores.
There we go, yeah, 180 to leave. Look at that, 170 to leave tops.
Wow.
Just so nonchalant.
All Taylor can do is
hope.
Try and get a 140 minimum.
98.
So tops them for 5 each. Oh, beautiful. That is for 5 doubles out of 7 for Michael Smith, and it is still anybody's match. Halfway there, it's the first to 10, and it's Phil Taylor 5, Michael Smith 5. Who's he money on now? Welcome back to Milton Keynes, first round of the Unibet Masters here. We've already seen Raymond van Barneveld beat Dave Chisnall in the first match of the evening. And I'm still none the wiser about who's going to win this at this stage. Phil Taylor started like a train, then Michael Smith got on a roll, and at the second break, it's 5 apiece. Thoughts?
Oh, it's literally swung one way to the other. It's hard to call. It's now a sprint for the line.
First to 10, remember. Last year, Phil Taylor got to the semi-final, lost to Michael van Gerwen. 11-10 in a really tight match.
That's some quite phenomenal averages in this event. One more so in 2014, averaged a 110.
58.
109 in 2013, 108 in 2013 again in the final.
He's got a not too shabby 105 at the moment.
That's tidy enough. Without saying that, looking back at the Worlds when Barneveld got beat with a 109 plus average, and his finishing stats were also right up there, and got absolutely bombed out 6-2.
And he apologised to his fans, didn't he, Barney, and said, well, you know, sorry, but I did try. Well, that's nice from Phil. An 11 darter, and puts him ahead once more now.
Yeah, he's ahead in every stat. 17 tons to Smith's 15, 7 140 to Smith's 5 140s, and 4 180s to Smith's 2 180s.
Checkouts. Taylor 6 out of 12. Smith 5 out of 7, which is massively impressive by any standards. Taylor's aren't shabby, but Smith 5 out of 7 is brilliant.
Yeah, he's just getting outscored, but when he is getting the opportunities, he's taking them with both hands.
Taylor nudging his average up over 106 now at this stage, and you can see that the Smith throw is getting under a little bit of pressure here. Oh, great cover shot, brilliant.
37.
Leg on leg pressure now is starting to force Smith to do this.
140.
Well, Taylor effectively now has the throw in this leg. 7-5 could soon become 8-5. Oh dear, let him off.
Did do big time. He did, in fact, well, he had got 6 darts at it from 224. And 164 would not be what he was expecting to leave, and Smith now is back in control, you would think. Taylor's had a 133, can he do 164?
Oh, 2 treble 19's ball. Oh, that's one of them, that's perfect for him. Bottom of the bed. There's more shot that he missed that.
70 then to square up the match. This
Pressure.
is a much stake.
Going to get 1 dart at tops, and he's been mustered on this.
50.
And that's the problem.
Can't
Pressure.
believe it, can he?
No, just pulled it slightly.
Tugged it down, a pressure dart. Couple of 14s for Taylor. Double. Double 7.
To just bump off that one. There we go.
Good call, well taken. 7-5. And you said that it could very quickly be 8-5. Well, he's got the darts now, and if he takes this, he'll just be 2 legs away from a place in the next round. Changes so quickly, this game, particularly when you've got a game which is played at a good pace, as this one has been.
This is the thing, you look at the stats of Taylor, he's still an elite player.
That is an understatement.
130.
There isn't a player alive that wouldn't be happy with those stats.
An average at this stage of over 106.
94.
It was when that treble went in.
Three well thrown darts.
60.
You just get 64. You've seen there for yourself, right along the bottom wire. You can't account for that sometimes. Little adjustment there by Taylor. That's a better dart.
100.
Definitely looks more comfortable with this new design of dart. Well, he's left 170. Well, we've seen him hit 170 to leave tops earlier, so it's in his locker.
See what he can do here. He's got the treble 20, treble 19 now for the bullseye. Oh, just a touch high. Great third dart.
Leaves Mensel's favourite double, who we'll be seeing in this event.
And Smith can't take out the 170, and now Taylor for 8-5.
28.
Double 14. Well, he's had this, and he's got it again.
Rescued the situation. Didn't panic and didn't put a quick one in on that occasion. Just 2 holes to throw for Taylor, and he's over the line and into the quarterfinals.
Brilliant.
Winner of this one. He's the winner of
99.
Peter Wright and Ian White, which is
It's our last match this evening. That's
the last game on tonight.
That's what we'll be doing.
65.
Only they're here. Look, they're here.
Not sure you'd actually see that in real life.
Well, arm in arm.
43. Michael, you require 116.
116 then for the hold of throw. Taylor a long way back.
He's fully aware of what he has to do now, and that's literally just 2 holes to throw.
Yeah, I'll not be too worried about this.
No. Use this throw as a bit of practice. Get yourself ready for the next leg.
Michael, you require 40.
Look, if he holds, we'll put him 1 away.
Suddenly finding it a bit more elusive, but the double 10 will do. 8-6.
14 dart leg there. Smith.
Game on.
At what stage they'll start singing the old Taylor theme tune again.
Probably if he goes within one.
140. $121.
Wins this leg and holds. Just be one away. Winning. Very high quality match.
Oh, 2 in, fill it up. Hello, there you go, number 5.
8th 180 of this match. 5 to Taylor, 3 to Smith. Make that 4. Oh, nearly.
140.
So 6 darts off 181 to go within 1.
How about that? Oh, brilliant. Just checking where he's at, looking at 15.
135.
Didn't risk going for the ball there and hoping to hit a 25 because that would have left 11.
Didn't need to, did he?
No.
140.
A little bit of pressure, but
46.
I'd expect this to be pretty regulation.
Double 16 then for 9-6. Beautifully done. Hugh Taylor theme tune, I think. I think the crowd will be anticipating an impending victory.
Another 11 dart leg there as well for Taylor. 104.62. And we're in the 16th leg.
Smith's averaging over a ton.
Yep.
Unlucky. And again.
95.
Thought I was going to fall out there.
100.
Phil Taylor still throwing lovely darts.
130.
Talking about looking forward to the day when he sees more of Stoke-on-Trent. But Milton Keynes isn't looking too bad at the minute.
140.
He's on a finish, big one.
What's Taylor going to be left? He has to come down now. Ton's no good, leaves 169, no finish. Well, that's a great shot because he now has the option, if Smith doesn't get this 161, of only needing just a single treble in a combination off of 132.
90.
He will be going for the ball for a start. 25 leaves 107. Ball leaves 82. So, I've already seen him do a button, cancel that.
104.
Pressure on the 71 to stay in it.
Let's see what he can do with this then. Looking down the bottom. Oh, he's got a 2. Bullseye.
46.
Clips the wire, you heard
So
it.
this is for the match.
Yep. Required 28.
Double
this a few
40.
times, hasn't he?
Poised. Double 7. He's been getting this. And he's got it again. Excellent match to watch. It really was. Phil Taylor playing some very, very good darts there because Michael Smith averaged over a ton, checked out 50%, 6 out of 12, but Phil Taylor, at times there were glimpses of the old Phil, averaging close to 105 and through into the next round, playing really well, and he's taken it 10-6.